Hi, welcome back to Rusty Landies. So I've been doing a bit of work on Dora the Explorer. And she's our camper. She's been off the roads for a year for one reason and another. So a few bits and pieces needed done underneath. One was a new clutch, so we've had the gearbox out, put a brand new clutch in it, put that back together. When I also noticed that a couple of the body outriggers were getting a bit crusty, and because Dora is a 127 there are plenty of body riggers, so I've replaced a couple of those. And then at the back body here we've got a bit of a sill that hangs over the back, and that's brand new, which I fabricated and welded in a couple of weeks ago. Unfortunately, while doing it I smashed the window, and it's been held in with duct tape until I had time to do something about it. So the good news is I managed to remove the window in one piece, and I'm going to show you today how to replace it and put it all back together again. It does have a thin rubber seal all the way around it, and I've managed to remove that in one piece. The actual aluminium end frame of this piece of glass also had a rubber seal in it, but it was pretty perished, and I just had to use a chisel to remove the glass, and the seal came in bits. I'm not going to order a new seal. I'm going to use some kind of sealant or Sikaflex or something to put that one back in. I was fortunate enough to get a new piece of glass from Land Rover. So the job today is to get this in without destroying it. Unlike the guys who came to fix the windscreen in the 110, which is now covered with emergency cling film because they're going to have to come back with another one after smashing the new one as they were trying to install it. Okay, so I should say at this point it was the fixed pane that broke, so the slidey bit's still here. I've got it moved across, and I'm going to have to make one change so that the vertical aluminium end of the pane that was missing, it was screwed in from the bottom and also from the top, and you can see here that's the remains of that. So I've had to knock that screw out with a chisel, and the remains of it are just in there somewhere. I'll do the same with the top one up here, but by the time I've bonded all this together and put the seals back, it won't move anyway. Also, despite this being a rear window in this coach built body, it is actually a standard Land Rover side window, which you would see on the back of a station wagon or a 90. Thanks Russell for sending me this torch, it's an absolute cracker. Okay, that needs a bit more work. Okay, that's just pulled right through, head and all, it's just a tiny little screw. So they're gone top and bottom. With those gone top and bottom, I'm just going to give it another vacuum out and then offer up the glass. So yeah, there's plenty of gap at the top there. And pull this back over. Yeah, full overlap. Well, I'm not an expert in glass replacement, but what I intend to do is fit the rubber seal, which is top, down the vertical and along the bottom, get it in place, and then I'm going to put some Sikaflex on the aluminium edging, push it all in, and then replace the holding seal which goes around the remainder of the frame for the inner piece of glass. Remember, this is the inner and this is the outer, and I think that will hold it all in. Anything I do involving glass involves copious amounts of fairy liquid. Mo wouldn't let me steal the fairy liquid today, so she's giving me this spray stuff instead. So we'll coat the seal in that. I need to get it seated in the end of the rubber here, so we don't want to be going near this with anything metal, so this is a little tool for car body filler. Made sure it was clean. Just use that to open the seal up. It's in. I did end up having to use a little seal picking tool just to get the corners seated in and pull the rubber around, but I ground the end off it and made it nice and rounded. No room for pointy stuff in there, and I was only really pulling against the seal, wasn't pressurising against the glass. So that's in. Next job, get the trim piece, the aluminium trim, fitted with some Sikaflex and try not to make too much of a mess. I'll take these stickers off first though. Okay, that's done, and the surface that I'm going to be bonding to it has had a bit of a degrease as well. Well, if I didn't say before, I'll say it now, I'm pretty happy with that. So before I bond the end of this, this is the end piece. Now this was screwed in, but from the top and the bottom of the frame. Remember, I have to bash the screws out. So it's pretty much an interference fit in there. I don't want to push it too far in, but I'm going to get it lined up. I'll put some sealant in there, some Sikaflex, and then the remaining piece of trim goes in there like that. It goes all the way around to the top there, and that will actually stop it from coming back. I don't know why there's not one of those up there as well though. Right, Sikaflex time. It's going to be messy. The interior of Dora is in a bit of upheaval just now, and we're doing a bit of a refurb. Mo is making new upholstery. She's done a brilliant job with it. Nearly finished it. So you'll see that in the future. And we're redoing the kitchen area. I'm going to make a new slide out bed. And it's about 13 years since we had Dora and did her up. So watch out for some videos on that. Right, slight change of strategy. So I've got my trim strip here. I need to make sure the rubber edging of it goes to the outside, because that will seal against the moving pane. I found some glazing silicone, which is neutral exterior colour, exterior silicone and a neutral colour. And I've used this stuff before on the house. It's pretty bomb proof. So I'm going to slosh a load of that in here. I think this is a high modulus silicone as well, so it's pretty thick and good at filling gaps. Now I am going to end up with it all over the windscreen. It's getting dark out there, as you can see, but I want to just get this bit on tonight, and even if I just need to wedge it in with a bit of wood till it seals, then I can come back tomorrow and refit the last piece of trim. Now, I'd like if it was roughly parallel to the other pane of glass. That would please me. That feels about right. I think initially I will use this plastic scraper to remove the excess. So that's coming off quite good. I hate doing silicone. I normally make a horrible mess and always end up with it on my elbows. Well, it's now tomorrow, you can tell by the different hat, and I actually abandoned that last night. It was getting too dark, so I managed to press that seal in today, and that's the window done and looking nice. Opens and closes. And obviously it's raining now, so I'll get a good test of waterproofness. Right, next job on Dora is, we've got a fair bit of work to do inside, but what I've got is some side steps to put on. So I come out here, you can see that this piece here into the back. So I fabricated all of this out of new steel. That's a 3mm chassis plate and probably 3mm angle, because the old stuff had just given up and rotted out after the best part of 40 years, 38 years, so we can't complain. The side step is attached to this, and you really do need it to get in. I'm using this steel just now. So I've got a standard Land Rover side step to attach to the back of this, and I've also got two new side steps to go under the driver's and passenger's door, but the holes are already there for those, so they'll be pretty quick. So I'll get this one done first. This is solid, this isn't going anywhere.